Hey guys, Mr. Meat again, same lesson. Just wanted to give you another video on that one concept that I know you guys are going to have questions about, where we're talking about this guy over here, where it's a model that looks like a squared minus a b squared right here. How do we factor that guy? So to give you some more examples and break this guy down again, and to introduce the lesson one concept, which is factoring perfect squares from binomials, for binomials, excuse me. So for example, here's the binomial, two terms. A term is something separated by an operational symbol. Here's the side, here's the side. The operational symbol is the minus sign, okay? So how we look at this guy, we basically, again, remember we take the square root of this guy. The square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared is just x. Minus the square root of 81 is 9. The square root of x, y squared is just y. Okay, and then we just create two parentheses and we put this information both with a positive sign and a negative sign in the parentheses. One is positive, one is negative. So again, let's look at the process. Examples, taking this same process up here, working the workout right here. 4x squared minus 81y squared. Take everything, put the square root symbol over it. You know, the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of x squared is x. Drop the minus sign, or you could put the plus or minus sign. The square root of 81 is 9. The square root of y squared is y. And again, remember, we need this both in positive and negative form. So this is why we take the two sets of parentheses and put it in positive form and negative form. Here's some examples. Let me work them out with my hands so that you guys can see, you know, virtually how to solve these type of problems. So again, take this guy and we put it in a square root. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of x to the 6th power. Now the square, these are opposites, right? The square root and then this exponent, right? So we basically divide. What is half of 6? Well, 3. And then we take this guy and we say the square root of negative 9, which is 3. And we want to say positive 3. And then we make this guy negative. So we say 2x3 minus 3. Okay, same thing over here. Put it in the square root. 25. Here, what's half? Just like we did, what's half of this guy, what's half of this guy, which is x squared. X squared goes right there. X squared goes right here. What's the square root of this guy? Again, 5. We need both a positive 5 and a negative 5. And that's that. See, and that's that.